Alright, weekly update time. This morning I'm going to show you grow room number 1 first. This here is all my capsicum chinense, frutescens, and bacatum. I keep this room a little bit warmer. So yeah, we'll start over here with my frutescens. Although I've seen these classified as annuum, I'm keeping them with the frutescens for now. These are my Peruvian purples. And here's my newest transplants from this family. These are the yellow, that's all I know of them as is yellow-orange bird peppers. They're frutescens. I know that I can vouch for the flavor and pod size and shape, texture, etc. And those are my CGN 22184s. Had a little bit of a problem with nitrogen deficiency with these ones. The bottom leaves were getting all yellowed, and as you can see they're starting to bounce back with their color now, but they're still a little bit lighter than I'd like. There's my 3 tomato seedlings. Chadwick Cherry is the big one. Sun Gold is the fanned out one, and the Pink Bertona is the small one. Now let's move along to my bacatums. These are my 2 Ajicito. You can see they're a little bit curled. I think I'm overwatering them still, but the edema that I was battling seems to have passed. And here's the other one. This one's looking a little bit healthier. I'm not sure about this one. The soil feels good and moist, so I'll go a while without watering it. And here's my Aji Crystal, starting to bounce back. It was looking a little bit rough for a while. I accidentally kicked it last week and knocked off a couple of leaves off of it, but it's doing just fine. Got a nice strong stem. Just a couple leaves missing off the bottom here, and it's still putting out new growth, and it's looking pretty good. Maybe a tiny bit crinkled, but don't know if I'll ever get everything perfect with these, but not too bad. These are my Bishop's Crowns. Starting to bounce back a little bit now. They were ones that were battling edema, one of the worst. Kind of curled down leaves a little bit, I think, and maybe too much nitrogen. I might end up giving them just a little bit of water in a few days without plant foods. And I accidentally been pinching the leaves. And this is one of my lemon drops. These are out of all my bacatums doing the best. You can see all this new growth underneath here. And same thing with this one. They got a lot of good. I topped all my plants a few days ago. So yeah. And back in the corner here, as you can see, my heat mat is gone now. I have potted all my seedlings up and got rid of the rotten seeds, etc. Now in these 2, I got my yellow bullet habaneros. So since I topped them, they're bushing out really good. And my red Arabiba gusanos, they're also one that seems to be bushing on their own. They go through a lot of water. I've noticed they get thirsty faster. And my red sevens, as you can see, I'm a little bit of a crinkle, so I might give them in a few days here. The soil's starting to get a little bit dry, but the leaves are just bunched up a little bit more than I'd like. And I'm going to get them going. Their foliage is nice. They're one that was battling edema, so I've been hesitant to water, and I think as a result I haven't watered them enough in the last few days. So the color's good on the leaves, but a little bit of calcium lack here's causing this. Here's my CGN 21500s. This one is looking a little droopy. I watered it this morning. This other one's looking really well since I topped it. Moving back. There's my Scorpion Moruga, my 2 white Vitalis, which are looking pretty good. They have a little bit of bunching up, but it's not too bad. And my Cantina Yellows, there's the 2 seedlings of that. And that one's looking really good, actually. And there's my Pimenta Danaides. Thank you, Super Hot, for those over on the hot pepper. And move along to the other side. My Bikino irisemas, those have really fluffed out the last few days since I transplanted them into these empty coffee canisters here. And there's the third one of those. I might pot that up soon. And here's my white butts, which are all looking pretty healthy. There's a couple leaves that are bunched up, but they're looking pretty well. And oh, let me get both of them in the frame here. Those are my turtle's claws. Oh, sorry. From Paul Tonkin. Those are, I want to show you the growth on these things because they're ludicrously self-bushing. Even before I started the topping, I topped these, but you can't even really tell at this point. They do really well. That there is, both of them actually. My Jamaican hot chocolate habaneros, that's another one where it's bunched up. I need to give a little bit more calcium. That's the other Jamaican, and that's doing a little bit better than the other one. And let me zoom out here. Peach Butt Jalokia, number 1, and oh, that's my other peach butt. Sorry, these are my Jamaicans. I'm almost able to tell them all apart just by looking at them now. So yeah, I think that I made the rounds here. Oh, except for these new seedlings. These are my unknown chocolates. The other one, this one right here, I transplanted yesterday. The seed coat still hadn't come off, so I buried it in the hopes that it'll moisten it enough to that the leaves can sprout out. There's the second one of those. Those are my Tobago seasoning. This other one's looking a little rough. Cotyledons are really spindly rather. So my Tasmanian Red, and my orange Amazon from Roland. So yeah, there's the upstairs room, and I'll go downstairs in a minute here, and then I'll splice the videos together. See ya. Alright, and we're back here in my basement. Here's an outside view of my new greenhouse. Very nice. It says that stands 6'3", so just a few inches taller than myself. There's my supplies here. Water and bottoms for all the pots and some bigger containers. I'm going to transplant a few here. Really nice setup going in here. It's been keeping steady in the mid to upper 70s. Oh, there's a few of my strawberry plants that I overwintered. They've got some new leaves on them, which is cool. And here's my 3 red Rocotos. They're looking pretty good. They've been slow growing, but Manzano, however, is a little bit more growth. Although I'm worried that I've been giving it too much nitrogen because the leaves are starting to dome over a little bit. They don't feel like they're... They don't feel like they're bad, but you can see the stem's looking really healthy. So the plant's doing well. My Chacoens, these ones, since I topped them, their new growth is doing really well. It took a bit for it to start going, but it's taken off now. I think those are a type that I'll definitely always be pruning. Same thing with my Eximiums and my wild species, the TC07246, which are right here and right here. This and this are my Eximium. As you can see, that one's really bushing out since I clipped the top off it. These ones that tend to grow really tall, fast. They don't look leggy. The stalks are really strong, but yeah, those ones tend to be a little bit more lanky, as it were. Move around my lights here. And here's my elephant's trunk. It's a slow grow, but you can see all the new leaf nodes coming out here. These ones, the leaf stems tend to get really long. And here's my new seedlings. Here's my Apaches, I believe. And then there's my Pero Orange Sweet Pepper. And, my Hungarian Black. That's the only one that made it. The other one was getting a little rough. And here's my 2 Anaheim seedlings. And my other Kori Sidakame. This one's really doing well since I topped it off. It's been shooting out a lot of... What it does is shoot off a lot of big stems up and then branch a bunch of leaves off of it. I don't know if you can see it down below here, the way it does this. But it's going to be a really lush plant, I have a feeling, on my purple UFOs here. These ones are slow going, but they're looking well. And my 3 TO plants, I'm going to show you these. They've been doing really well. The leaves are really... There's this one that's a little curled under, but they're one of the ones that got hit by edema a little bit, but they're doing well. So yeah, pulled back here, and there's one of my bird's eye. You can see a lot of new growth on this since I topped it. That's looking really well. And my monkey face back here. It did really well, and then it's been slow going since I topped it, so bouncing back from that. My other bird's eye. And here's my pimiento. That's now starting to throw out a lot of little buds, little leaf nodes. My third pimiento, you can see it. A little bit bigger than last week, but it's not too much bigger. My purple cayennes doing well now. This one's catching up to this. So yeah. There's my other... Oh yeah, duh. My orange Cheyennes are another one that's just poof. Might need to hit them with some CalMag. Actually, this one looks like it needs to be watered. So I'm gonna let you go. And there's a panoramic of my second room, which of course contains my wild species, my pubescens, and my annuums. The ones that... I don't know about all the wilds preferring a slightly cooler temperature, but I'm going on that right now, just to kind of split the plants half and half, so I have more chin-ins than anything. So there's everything going on there. I might need to redistribute my plants a little bit, because look at this one, the leaves are getting blown over. Yeah, and of course my strawberries. So there's grow room number 2. You see the setup here with the chains. It's kind of a rhomboid shape. And yeah, and there's my radiator, which I keep set on low, mid-low setting, and that's been sufficient to keep this just below 80, like 77, 78 degrees is what it's been hovering at. So yeah, there we are. Alright, well, this is a little bit longer than usual. I'll try to make the next week's video shorter. Oh, there we are. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.